Are we live? Yes, we are live. Okay, so good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are based. Thank you so much for joining us on another episode of Spotlight. My name is Cyrus. I'm the CEO of Wendy Juno, and I'm the creator of whisperboy.com. It's a pleasure to be here. Today, we want to talk about traffic, not the bad type, the good type. We're not talking about traffic on the road. We're talking about traffic, the footfall for your business, the number of people visiting your social media pages and your website. If you don't have a website, please reach out to us. We'll be more than glad to help you with a website. Also, if you have any problems with traffic to your website or to social media, contact myself or my colleague Zara. And today she's not available. She's had she's had to take care of some personal issues, and hopefully she'll be available on the next episode. We wish her well, and hopefully we'll see her on the next episode. So, without any further ado, we're going to go to we're going to dive right into it, and then we're going to find out how we can get traffic. So, with regards to traffic, there are a lot of books out there. There are a lot of methods out there. Different people have different opinions about it, but the top and bottom of it is you need people as a business, whether you're self-employed or you're a company, you need people to come and visit you, right? So you need people to come to your social media pages. You need people to come to your website and make a purchase or make an inquiry and then make a purchase. So the fact that a business needs traffic is a given. Okay, it's irrefutable. How is it that you're going to get your traffic? That's the main question. Different people get their traffic in different ways. Some people get the traffic directly from social engines. So those brands are really, really strong brands, to the point that the advertising is so good. People see some sort of advertising, they Google them, or they search them in different search engines, or perhaps in more recent days in artificial intelligence search engines such as ChatGPT. So that's one way of getting your traffic. Social media is another. Facebook, X, formerly known as Twitter, are two examples. A few examples that I can mention: LinkedIn, TikTok, and another way is content marketing, blogs, videos, podcasts, which is what we always talk about. That's a third way. Email marketing. Some people use email marketing and send direct mail to people who opted in to receive emails from them. Hopefully, that's your strategy. Otherwise, it will be that nuisance email, and most of the time it will end up in someone's spam folder. If you check your spam folder, you will find a lot of these examples. People who actually send you emails, people who found your email address from somewhere, perhaps illegally or without your consent. If you are receiving emails that you don't want to receive, so you need to go ahead and unsubscribe. At the bottom of the email, normally, if it's a proper company or proper authority, they will give you the opportunity to opt out. Otherwise, if you've obtained your email address legally and with a customer's consent, that is one of the most powerful methods of marketing. If you're doing it, stick to it. That's fantastic. Another way is referrals and backlinks. So what do we mean by referrals? Referrals is when someone likes your work, refers you, and someone like myself says, okay, Zara Camp is a really good podcaster. Go to her; she will help you with setting up a new podcast. So that is That is a referral. And backlinks is another way. So basically, I come to you and say, oh, you have a nice website. Can you please um, post one of my, can you please share one of my blog posts on your socials or on your website? And I will do the same thing for you. So that's basically backlinking, basically, right? So some website um, um, puts your content or your material on their pages. So that's backlinking, basically. Partnership as another. So you can find someone like yourself and join forces together, and then just partner up. Basically, that's being partners. Okay, I don't think we need to focus on that too much, but it's really strong because if you have 1,000 followers and your partner has 1,000 followers, you don't have 1,000 followers anymore. You have 2,000 followers because your partner's followers are also watching the material that you both are actually pumping into the um, social media platforms. Another way of getting traffic is paid advertising. So you can go to a platform such as YouTube, or you can go to X, or you can go to Facebook and say, all right, so you go to the ad manager. So every platform calls it a different name, but normally they are ad managers, basically. So you manage the ad, and the good ones have templates. Okay, and before you use paid advertising, please always remember it is a good idea to go and find out your competition or people who are doing better than you. Um, you need to go to their pages and go to their advertising. As an example, on Facebook, go to their ads and find out which of their ads are performing best, and learn from them, and be inspired by the way. Don't copy, because I'm not using the word copying, because uh, that is not acceptable from a copyright standpoint. From a copyright point of view, copy the idea. Don't copy the content. Okay, and if you copy like 5, 6 ideas, then it is your idea. Okay, so from 5, 6, 7 sources, you just get inspired by all of them. And because at the end of the day, most of those ads are inspired by other ads, right? So just make sure you remain authentic. Don't copy, please. So the next thing I wanted to cover is events. So which is more or less similar to podcast that I just mentioned, because a podcast is some sort of event, media coverage, events, interviews, and if you invite guests to your podcast, again, the same thing. It's like partnering up with someone. I'm going to explain the ways in which you can get traffic using podcasts. Now, let's go to the first way. So for those of you who've just joined us, we are talking about how podcasting drives traffic to your website and socials. Everyone wants traffic to their website, everyone wants traffic to their socials, and everyone wants to go viral. So the ABC of doing that is creating content. And if you don't create content, if you are too fussy, if you're too strict, and if you're waiting for the right moment, if you are too obsessive with your content, you will never go viral, because you will never create something to go viral, right? So I have fallen into that trap myself in the past, and it's not a nice place to be. So please create your content, whatever it might be. Okay, so and here's the thing you need to always remember: no matter how good or bad it is, people don't come to the market to find out how your hair looks like, or what your face looks like. People are there to have a problem solved. Okay, so always create your content for someone else, not for yourself, for someone else. If you're creating for yourself, yes, just create it for yourself on your own computer, and sit down and watch it for hours and enjoy it. No one's going to pay you for that. So create your content to promote your products. Okay, hopefully you will have a product. If you don't, please approach us. We will help you with product development and branding as well. So number one, call to action, and episode by inviting. So but call to action is a very important thing. So, what do we mean by call to action? So you tell your listeners, you tell your viewers to do something at the end of the episode, right? And at the end of each episode. So you have given them advice, you have given them help, you've given them value. Okay, so value throughout the whole episode, and then at the end, bam, call to action. That's what you need to do. It's really powerful. When people feel you've been helpful to them, eventually, when you ask them to read such and such book, download such and such product or app or software, they will do it. More than likely, they will do it. So, end episodes by inviting listeners to LinkedIn, Instagram, or your website. Your voice makes it personal, not pushy. People do not appreciate being pushed into making decisions. Okay, so that's why some people, some salespeople, some business people struggle to sell their product, right? Because when you push, guess what happens? People push back. They won't purchase. But if you in their head for the whole week, and not for the bad reasons, for good reasons, because you've been helping them, you've been adding value to their life and to their business. The same thing I'm doing here. I'm spending my time creating the content for making someone else's life easier. Okay, so I've done the research on your behalf, and I'm presenting it to you now, right? So that is the content I'm creating. At the end of the episode, I will ask my customers, I will ask my viewers and listeners to do something. That's call to action. Very, very powerful. It's a very powerful tool. That was number one, right? Number two. Okay, this is one of my favorites. So you create. So some people, when you ask them if they've got a podcast, that they're like, oh, it's difficult, or I'm not familiar with the tech, or it's too hard for me. I've been away from social media for ages. It doesn't matter. You have to start from somewhere. I started from somewhere, right? And everyone, Mark Zuckerberg has started from somewhere, right? So you have to start from humble beginnings, okay? And then you will get to places that you dream, right? So how big is your dream is up to you, okay? I hope it's a big dream. So once you created your content, you can do a lot of things with it. You can cut it to small portions and post it to platforms such as YouTube Shorts. You can upload it there. You can send it to TikTok, right? And no, TikTok is not just for dancing in front of a camera. TikTok is where people spend their time. And yes, it's for leisure, yeah, most of the time. But please always remember, you can repurpose your episodes into clips, quotes, and posts that backs to your landing page or socials. So basically, you give them a sample. You give people a sample of your work by creating shorts of your podcast. In a way, it's like an ad, right? Really short and sweet, like me. So, short and sweet, right? Remember, keep it short and sweet. Keep people interested. Okay. So, pardon me. Podcasting creates this environment that makes it possible for people to know about you, and it's like water. It's like oxygen for your business, right? And then you want to kill a business, you cut off the water supply or oxygen supply. The business dies. It's like a human being. It's like a living being, right? So traffic is the artery and is a power source for a business, right? And as I always say, what's the point of you being the best, the most fantastic? You've tried your hardest to become who you are right now. And what's the point of doing all of that when you're not making any effort to create some traffic, to create some footfall to your shop, to your business, to your website, right? You are worth it. Go for it. Create a podcast, create a YouTube channel, do whatever it takes online to invite people to see what you've created, right? So um, always create your episodes in a smart way. You need to know what part of the episode is it that you're going to cut, okay, before you create the episode. Okay, so you need to know where is it that you create the most value and you create the most amount of curiosity, right? And trust me, people are curious. They want to find out what is it that you do and what is it that you create. So that was number 2. You can repurpose your content. Always remember that, please. Number 3, authority boost. Podcasting builds trust. And when I say authority, I'm not talking about being a tyrant. I'm not talking about being nasty. I'm talking about or being too arrogant. Authority means people follow your word. People follow what you've got to say. And that's authority, right? So authority is different to forcing people to do something. Authority is convincing people to do something, okay? And that's a really powerful tool as well. Being convincing, it's a phenomenal weapon in your arsenal. So, authority boost podcasting. Authority boost. Podcasting builds trust. Listeners want more and click your LinkedIn or website to learn about you. So they want to, first of all, they want to know about you, who you are, and why is it that you do what you do. And in case you're wondering why is it that I'm doing what I'm doing it because for a long while I was waiting for somebody like me. That person never arrived, and I had to become that person. I was waiting for someone to create some sort of traffic for me. I didn't have traffic. Then I realized if you want traffic, you need to create content. If you want to create content, you need to study it a little bit, right? So go to people who are already doing it and learn from them. And number 4, guest sharing. Guests promote your show to their followers. So when a guest comes to your podcast, why do you think they do that? It's because they found something in you that is worthy of exploring. So they're there to ask you to share that opportunity. So remember, you are an opportunity. I am an opportunity, and I am seeking opportunity, right? So it's all about being online and having an online presence. Is all about using the opportunities, creating opportunities. It's all about opportunities. Having a website online is like having real estate in the real world. So only that is in virtual world, is online world. I know people who are creating video games. So they have a video game kind of property online. I know people who are creating virtual worlds, virtual environments. And now, as we speak, there are virtual cities where people go and advertise. Okay, you can Google them for yourself. So if you have a podcast, you can go to those virtual cities and advertise yourself. So you can find some friends in those circles, in those environments, and exchange favors with them, right? So you do something for them, they do something for you, right? I scratch your back, you scratch mine, right? That's a really good saying. So sending new traffic to your social and landing page. So when you guest share, when you're sharing when you sharing guests, basically both you and your guest are sending each other traffic, right? And that's fantastic. Please go to my Instagram on Whisperboy Official. Okay, so that's me sending you as the traffic. You are the traffic, and I am giving you a call to action. Okay, so this is a call to action. I'm asking you to go to my socials, right? And then you go ahead and do it, right? Because of reciprocity. So that because I've done you a favor, I've created value, I have shared what I know with you, and at the end, I'm asking you to go there. So that's what guests do as well. Only always remember, always try to be a guest on someone else's show, or invite other people to your show, or even better, do both. It's a really, really clever thing to do. Next, SEO. So search engine optimization. So what does that mean? It means you need to do your metadata. That's one aspect of SEO, by the way, search engine optimization. So you need to insert your data into your social media or into your website in a way that is suitable and makes it possible for search engines like Google to find you and show you to people, right? So search engine optimization, basically that's the top and bottom of search engine optimization. So you want to be findable. How do you make yourself findable? And why should you be findable? Because that's the whole purpose of this game, isn't it? That's the aim of the game. So you want to be findable so people come to you and purchase your product and services, right? So SEO, so Power Podcast titles. Podcast titles, transcripts, and show notes rank in searches, pulling people to your website. So if you create a podcast, that podcast has a script, right? So that script also needs to be fed into your website, right? And to whatever platform your podcast episode is on. So you need to do that because search engines prioritize finding text. Okay, so that's one of the first things they search. Then photos, then videos, and the rest. So next item, multi-platform reach. Your show lives on Spotify, Apple, YouTube, and each one links listeners back to your main pages. So why is it that people post their podcast episodes on Facebook, on YouTube, on Spotify, on Apple, on as many platforms as they can? Why? Because every platform that you are on is an opportunity to send people back to your product page. So, and at the end of each episode, definitely, when you're writing your when you copy and pasting your script into your website, always add your hashtags, because hashtags are one of the ways in which search engines find you. Okay, number 7, emotional bond. So we already covered this a little bit, but we're gonna mention it again. Number 7, emotional bond. Your voice builds intimacy, right? So what does that mean? You are now listening to my voice, right? And with my voice, I am letting you know you are fantastic. If you have a business, you're already ahead of a lot of other people, and that gives you opportunities that people who are lazy never get. Okay, so I know people who are financially struggling, but at the same time, they're not making any effort. Congratulations, you're not that person. You are either already successful or you are on your way to become successful. You are different. Okay, so I just created some intimacy with you because I shared with you what I think, and you understood what I just said. And I hope you agree that you are phenomenal. Uh, uh, otherwise you wouldn't be here right now, probably, right? Because the, everywhere that we are is the result and the product of the things we have done in the past 5 years, right? The books you've read, the YouTube videos that you watched, the time you've spent learning stuff. Okay. I know a lot of people who go to Udemy and download courses. They're investing in themselves. They're not spending money. When you buy books, when you go to platforms like um, Amazon and you purchase a book, it's not spending, it's investing, because you will learn something and then you implement it in your business. And when you implement the right things in your business, what do you think happens? You improve, your sales goes up. It's impossible to do the right things and get the wrong results unless you're doing it the wrong way, right? So everyone wants business to predominantly first um, survive, and after a few weeks, few months, thrive. Okay, so first survive and then thrive. That's the purpose of traffic, right? That's one of the reasons why I created this episode, because it's pivotal. It is of utmost significance for you to understand that um, people need to find you, right? And you need to find those ways. Remember, you do not need to find people. Here's the thing, learn it from me, right? Because I learn it from the best. You do not need to find people to come to your business and make purchases. You need to find ways to make it possible for people to come to you, right? So you don't need to find people. You need to create bridges that brings people to your business. That's all you need to do. And that's doing things like this that I'm doing right now, right? Create content that is helpful and of value for people. And trust me, people are smart, okay? 99% of people out there are smarter than me. They know when they see value, they know it, okay? And I want you to remember this. Your customers are smart. They know value. Create value. They will come to you. Trust me. Number 8, consistent reminders. What do we mean by consistent reminders? Weekly episodes. Some people do daily, some people do weekly. Recently, I'm doing it daily. So weekly episodes keep your brand top of mind, gently nudging traffic back to your pages. So what does that mean? So you are so let's say you before bed, right? Before you go to bed, you have spoken to your girlfriend or your boyfriend or husband or wife. So who's going to be on your mind before you go to bed? Of course, your husband, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your wife, right? You've gone to uni and you talk to a teacher in your university. So that's one of those memories that you remember. Because you're going to see that person for 4 years, right? When you're in uni. Or you go to school and you have your classmates on your mind, right? Before going to bed. So because brain is one of those machines that actually reviews information, right? And why do you sleep? You sleep because your brain needs to get rid of the unnecessary information and store and organize the necessary information. Imagine if you don't sleep for 5 days. Trust me, the result is not going to be nice. Okay, so that's how important sleep is. So why am I saying this? Why am I mentioning this? Simply because what you are associated with is on your mind the most, right? What you are exposed to is on your mind the most, and who you listen to and what you watch is on your mind the most, right? So so if you're a Marvel fan, so all I need to say is just Marvel. Your favorite character is actually on your mind right now. All I did was it's like I issued a command and your brain followed, right? Marvel, who's your favorite character, right? Please come to my channel and tell me who's your favorite character, Marvel character, and then hopefully if your Marvel characters are same as mine, or your favorite Marvel characters are same as mine, and I like that character, it can form a friendship between us, right? So because people like people who have same sort of interests, right? So that was number 8. Number 9, community effect. That is one of my favorites, right? So this is one of the reasons why I have created this platform, Readers TV. It will be a 24/7 TV station, right? So and it's not a traditional kind of TV. It is a sort of TV that. So let me explain to you how it works. So let's say I've put some sort of content on it, right? So let me show you the platform. Okay, so I've put some sort of content on it. I'm going to click. Somebody comes to readerstv.com, and then they see the content. They click on it.
Quality builds trust. Quality demands attention. Your crystal clear voice lands on ears in every direction. Get rid of the fog, and your truth sparks invention. Your powerful voice resonates through every dimension.
Fucked up audio from. Okay, so it's about how to uh, build trust using quality, because people know about um, the fact that quality is to be trusted mostly. So because someone somewhere decided to do everything they can and create something of high quality, why shouldn't you buy it? If it's a solution, I would pay for it because it's high quality. Isn't it what we are all after? Isn't it the reason why no one likes wish.com anymore? Because the quality is awful on it. People go to Amazon and then they know that the quality that they need is already there, right? So now, so people go to this website, as I was saying, right? They click on the content, and when people are live, as an example on LinkedIn, when people are live, you will see the live content here, and there is 10 people, and if every person on this group has on my group has 1,000 followers, right? That's just a hypothetical example. It's way more than that, right? So if every person has 1,000 followers, and they obviously we're going to ask them to share, right? So at the same time, all 10 people will share the content. Then 10,000 people will see the content at the same time, right? So that's a human TV, right? So Readers TV connects readers to authors. Okay, so authors and readers need to get connected. Okay, because the content because a book is a valuable piece of content, probably one of the most valuable pieces of content, because the authors that I know, they put their heart and soul in what they do. So that's what this website is about, Readers TV. So if you want to know about new books and new content and learn, definitely this is one of the places you need to be. To give you one example here, there you go. As an example, this is one of my friends, Christiana T. Johnson. and she talks about miscarriage and baby loss, and that's her niche. Okay, so that's what she talks about. That's what she promotes, and she does webinars, and she's quite popular. I like her, and her content is fantastic. And it's not just
Used to got
content;
to
she
think of
creates
it
good
yourself,
stuff.
and what men tell me is they do get lost. So you haven't, even before you've had the time to think about your own identity in this situation, in this event. You've got to rethink about others. You're lost thinking about others before you even think about your own loss, your own self-worth, your own self-identity. And that is a burden to carry when you're already dealing with something so traumatic.
So she talks about the trauma of baby loss, and really, she discusses really um, difficult things that many people run away from. But she she tackles that head on. She's fantastic. Just find her on LinkedIn, Christianity Johnson. So, um, so yeah, that's what that website is about, right? Now, we were talking about community effect. So she's a part of my community. I'm a part of her community, right? And we've created a tribe, okay? And this tribe, wherever the tribe goes, we follow them, or wherever we go, the tribe follows us. Okay, that's how it works. And across LinkedIn, Instagram, or Facebook, or whatever platform you're on, you need to create your community. One of the things that helps you um, connect to all of your platforms at the same time is a website called StreamYard, StreamYard, StreamYard. So what StreamYard does is that, so normally people are live on their phone, and the phone connects them to Instagram, and they can't be on Instagram and on TikTok at the same time, right? So what they do is they go to Instagram, they create an account and pay a monthly fee. There's a free version of it as well. So I don't think you can send your stream to multiple platforms if you are on the free version. If you pay, you can send to 3, I think. Yeah, 3. So right now we're on LinkedIn, on Facebook, and on YouTube. Hi everybody! Thank you so much for choosing our channel. And thanks for spending your time with me. I am grateful. So, so yeah, you can go to StreamYard and send your content to all of your community and create that community effect on a 1 to 4 or 3 basis. If you go to the highest tier, you can send it to more than 3 platforms. By the way, it's a really helpful tool, StreamYard. So anyway, moving on to the last item, event magnet. So please always promote launches, webinars, or offers on your show, on your podcast episode, on your YouTube channel, whatever platform you're on. Promote your items, promote the items you're selling ahead of the events, okay? And that sends listeners and viewers to your social media or to your website when your promotion actually starts. Okay, so ahead of the so as an example, I am working on my Christmas content from now. Okay, so please always remember, if you're not working on your Christmas content from now, you are losing valuable time. A week or 2 weeks before Christmas is not a good strategy. Okay, the strategy is give yourself some time, make mistakes. Okay, when you start early, you're giving yourself some wiggle room to make mistakes. Okay, so and I hope you are making a lot of mistakes, because then you'd be learning a lot of things, right? So please don't worry about making mistakes. Please don't worry about not looking your best. on camera. Okay, look at me. I'm an ordinary guy, and I am doing this. If I can do this, you can do this. Okay, there are lots of good-looking people out there. Okay, and but please remember, people don't come to you because you look fantastic. People come to you because you have a fantastic solution and you solve a problem in a fantastic way. That's what makes you fantastic, right? So please remember, those of you who've been watching for 40 minutes, thank you. I'm grateful. Thanks for choosing my channel. You could be anywhere. You could be doing anything, but you chose to be here, and you chose to be with me, and you chose to listen to what I shared. Okay. I hope I didn't bore you. I saw some of you yawning. You know who I'm talking about. I'm talking to you. I'm joking. So I hope it wasn't boring. I hope you learned, and I hope, most importantly, I hope it made you think. The content I'm creating is thought provoking. Okay, maybe the stuff that I'm telling you about is something you already know. Okay, and some people sometimes tell me, oh, the content that you create, I already know it, and that makes me think, okay, what you know doesn't impress me. What you do does. What you do impresses me. Where's your website? Well, I don't have a website, but I know a lot of things. Oh, that's fantastic. Do you have any presence on Instagram, on Facebook? Are you on TikTok? Are you on this? Are you on that? No. I don't like YouTube. And that makes me think, oh, so you're not making the money that you want to be making, and you're moaning about your business not making progress, and you don't like YouTube? YouTube is your ticket to all of those things that you want, because YouTube basically is a search engine, right? I know you watch stuff on it, but genetically speaking, YouTube belongs to Google, and the search engine and the algorithm is the same, right? So whatever you do, put a copy of it on YouTube. Okay, so I have 33 brands, and whenever I post something on YouTube, that brand makes more progress than the rest of them, right? So it's not easy to create and promote brands. It's not easy, but it is. It has a decent future, right? It creates opportunities for you, because just to give you an example, my brand of that podcast, Spotlight, has brought me a lot of friends, has brought me a lot of opportunities, and has brought me a lot of collaboration opportunities as well, right? So when that voice in the back of your head tells you, no, it's difficult, I can't do it, right? That means you are missing out. Always remember, if you feel like, oh, I can't be bothered with this, you are missing out. That's the moment you are missing out. Okay, so in the future, when you're 60, when you're 70, when you're 80, when you're thinking back, you're wondering, where did my years go? And why didn't I make the progress I wanted to make when you at old age, like 80, 90? It is these small moments when you thought, I can't be bothered. It's difficult. I can't. It's not I can't. It's I won't. Okay? So please always remember, you are worth it. You need to do it. Okay? So create your channel. Create your podcast. Follow me. Approach me. Okay? I won't bite. I promise. Tell me, what is it you need help with, and then we will help you. We will send you a DM back. Okay, send us a DM. We will help you. And so the final thing that we want to talk about now is the packages that you will find on whisperboy.com, right? So